Hi, this is the fifth assignment of computer system design. And in this assignment, what we need to do is to implement the digital digital timer to the digital timer and print it to the UART port. And in the class web in the class website there are already implement in the class website, there are already implemented the private private timer and how to initialize private timer and how to register the ti- how to register the interrupt service routine. So what I need to do is what I need to do is just 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 decide just decide which just decide timer interrupt interval and interrupt service routine for to implement sleep function. And code this is the code. The code is the overall code is same as the example code, but the difference is the implementation of IR, IRQ, so IRQ interrupt IRQ ISR interrupt service routine part. And here is the interrupt service routine, and the here is the interrupt service routine. This is the store and restore of the context, and what I implemented is here the adding plus one the timer counter global variable, and the timer counter global variable is defined in timer.c new file timer.c file. This so so in this code whatever the interrupt service routine is called the timer counter global variable added plus one. So so that we can make the sleep fun- for we to make sleep function. The sleep function implementation is here. Just get current time. Just get current timer counter global variable and waiting until the timer counter is greater than equal current current time plus what I need plus second to delay. So this is the simple implementation of sleep function, and I implemented a print timer function too. This just the timer counter global variables unit is second, so print timer function is just print out print out hour minute second format to the UART from this timer counter global variable. And this forever routine is a main process, and this process just this process acts simply and sleep 1 second and print out current time. So this is the full code of implementation of digital timer. And let's see the let me let me run this code. And I already built the project, and let's run. And then this is the UART port, and as you can see, every 1 second, the current time is print out to the UART port, and and now the left the left is the timer initial value. The the only thing left is this value of timer initial value. I decided this value to I decided this value to from from the class material. In the class material, as you can see, private timer clock is 303 333 megahertz because our CPU clock is 616 megahertz. So and 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 this is the clock out this is the clock out clock. This is the calculation of clock out just dividing prescaler plus 1, clock in over prescaler plus 1, and our prescaler is our prescaler is defined 10. This is in the this is Our prescaler is 10, initialized with 10. I I calculated the value 333 times 10 power. So I calculated this value 333 megahertz divided by 11 because prescaler is 10. So this is the value. So value of this is the value of output clock. This is the value of output clock, and its unit is hertz. Its unit is hertz. Its unit is hertz. So it mean it means every 1 second this time is it means every 1 second this number of h is generated. This number of h is generated. So this number of h is generated, ev- and every 1 second this number of counter is counted. So meaning of meaning of timer initial value. So after counting this value, after counting this value, 1 second is calculated, and and by initializing by initializing timer initial to this value, so every 1 second timer interrupt is generated. So every 1 second IRQ ISR logic is executed in here. So I decided to generate timer interrupt in every 1 second. So I initialize timer initial value to this value. So this is the end of explanation of my code, and thank you for watching.